finances can have seasons as well.
Yes.
Where you are right now, if you feel kind of stuck or burdened, is not where you will always be. And that kind of goes into our fourth way to prepare for the new year.
And that's to reevaluate your finances.
Yes.
And a lot of couples who are remarried, they deal with things in their finances.
Yes.
And so this is a great thing to do for any person, whether you're married, single, whatever. You just want to reevaluate your finances. But since we're talking to remarried individuals, we want to review what's coming in and what's going out.
Right. And that changed a lot just in our time being remarried.
Exactly. Because I was paying child support as a remarried. I was divorced. And I had child support payments for 2 children.
Yes.
And then one of the children became 18
Yeah.
and stopped with that person. And I still had one more child to go for a while because that child was actually a lot younger than the first child. So
that changed our output
3
times. So it was for 2 children, for 1 child, and then
no children.
For no children.
Yeah.
So that each year that those things happened, we were reevaluating.
Yeah. It wasn't each year. It was each year
time that each time that happened.
Exactly.
Another thing to look at that it always fascinates me at the end of the year when we do it is like the apps, the subscriptions, streaming services, or something
that you acquire throughout the year, and then now you have to see which ones you want to get rid of.
Or a warranty, or something changed. Like, you know how maybe you'll get an introductory price for something?
Yes.
And then you don't even realize
that price
in
jumps
the year
up.
It jumped up. A lot of utility companies change, their
what was it we were doing with
price.
the heat? Was it the heat or the, at one point?
Well, cable changes, or I shouldn't say cable, it's internet services.
Streaming.
They've increased.
Their prices.
Oh,
have
yeah.
changed.
The water increased. So you're looking at that. You're looking at what is coming in. So maybe you have a new investment property or investment that's coming in. Maybe you have a job change and there's more income coming in.
Yes.
Maybe there has been an inheritance, a lotto win. I mean, anything could happen. And now you have new things that are affecting the budget.
Yes.
It's not the same as when you got married. Also, if you were purchasing a home,
yes,
now you have a different expense.
Yes, that will change your finances really quick.
A car. There's so many things to look at.
A car situation changed our finances.
Yeah.
Because, we had things happen to one of our vehicles, and now we don't have that vehicle anymore because it was in an accident. And so that changed our perspective on having things as well.
Right.
To me, I didn't think that I would ever think, why would I care so much about these things,
Yeah.
And now I feel like, okay, it's just stuff. And I realize that now because of the experiences that we've gone through.
And there's a lot of ways if you're trying to cut costs, like maybe you'll say, hey, I'll bring lunch. Let me just go and get some bread that I like and some sandwich meat if that's what you want. I mean, you can have anything for lunch, but just whatever it is, maybe that will help the expenses.
Yeah, you can cut down on your costs by making your own sandwich instead of going out to the sandwich place and, they're charging you
the
money.
Deli or anything.
Yeah, the deli, they're charging you for this. But you can go and buy a whole smorgasbord of cheese and meat and
Nice, different.
The ones that you like, yeah.
And for example, let's say you're saving $30 a week just by doing that.
Making your own.
Maybe you want to reinvest that back into your spouse.
Yeah.
And you give your spouse a gift, or you take your spouse for ice cream or something like.
Or you both decide that you want to put it into your own investments.
Or, you have an investment that you're like, hey, we're going to put this $30 that I saved or I created by not going out, and I'm going to add this to a new thing. So reevaluating your finances doesn't have to be this like torture or sad thing.
Sad.
It can be
tedious.
like, hey, we're looking for new ways
to increase our household,
to
help
overall.
each other in our marriage, because money is one of the things that people fight about a lot.
Yeah.
So we're just giving you practical ways to save money and think about saving money so that
well, not just saving money, but just
investing in it. Yeah.
Investing, saving, looking, reducing.
Yeah. Reducing is
debt,
a good word.
all everything.
Yes. I like the word reduce in when it comes to money just as much as increase.
Yeah, reducing expenses.
Yes, reducing expenses and reducing anything that's going to take money out of my house.
And the best way, even if you have no accounting background, which we don't, if you just look at your finances and
don't be afraid of them.
Yeah, and everyone's on the same page, it's like it comes to life and you feel like you have more control over it.
Well, more answers will come to you if you open it up, look at it, talk about it, discuss it with each other.
Yeah.
And you say, you know what can we do to get rid of this thing? Because it's really causing a lot of whatever in our lives.
Whatever that thing is that is pulling on us financially.
Yeah. How can we get rid of that?
Or how can we, like, maybe you can't get rid of child support.
No,
but it would be something like, what can we do to balance it out? This is coming out. So what can we bring in?
So you create an asset. Yeah. You create an asset that balances or even makes more money than what's going out.
Like we did a little part-time thing over here and it helped offset that expense for a while temporarily, and it got us through this season. And that is another thing that we want you to realize too, is that finances can have seasons as well.
Yes.
Where you are right now, if you feel kind of stuck or burdened, is not where you will always be.
No, and I like that because your money is not more important than your relationship. Yeah. And I know people think it is, but money is not more important than the person that you are with, that you married, that you said, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I want to go forward and I want to go through the ups and downs with you. Money will have you go through some ups and downs.
Yeah, money can make a down quick.
It can make it down real quick. But the thing
about
but it's not more important than you guys working together to overcome it.
And I feel like money has to acquiesce to people on one accord.
Yes, it does.
I'll just say that. It can put up a good fight when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
It can put up a good fight when you're divided. That's even worse.
That's the worst one.
I feel like it can be destructive.
Well, it antagonizes you when you're divided because now it's saying, well, that person doesn't agree with you.
Or doesn't know.
That person doesn't know. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Money will talk to you in a negative way about your spouse.
If you're divided.
Yeah.
And so in this new year.
It's me and you against that.
We're going to tag team those finances. I'm sorry, Bill.
Exactly, Bill.
But you're going to go down now because now I have backup. And we had to learn that. I mean, it's not something that you just come into the marriage knowing how to do.
Some people don't know that you can do that as a remarried couple. You can come together and decide that we're not going to let anything come against this marriage. We're going to fight Bill. We're going to keep people out. We're going to stop feeling sad
or shame.
Or we're not going to let exes talk in our ears.
Debt, weigh us down.
Yeah, weigh us down. We're not going to do that. And we're not going to feel like just woe is me anymore.
Right.
In our personal life or our marriage.
Yeah. And our finances.
In the finances. Now we're going to thrive. We're going to grow. We're going to just be people who are on top and not feel like we're subject to anymore.